Hello again and welcome back. Um, Chapter 8, Team Group Evolution, Teams. Yeah, you can be a group of people and never evolve past a certain point. But hopefully you're going to evolve into a team, a working group that's going to function well. Now, I heard a long time ago there's no I in team. And it's not about the individual, it's about the collective. So, team stands for together everyone achieves more. And that's true. You know, you are a group only because you collectively belong to something. But when you evolve into a team, a functioning group, then you can do a lot more. There's a couple of old sayings: "Too many cooks spoil the broth," and that's true because they're all focused on themselves, and you need to put the team first. You become a team when you create a consensus or synergy. When you're all feeding off of one another and working off one another towards a goal, and you create your own energy. And teams function as a unit. There's parallel teams. You are a team in addition to something else. If you're working for Acme Corporation and selling the Coyote explosives, you might be working on a new explosive. But in addition to that, you're doing something else. Uh, the evolution of teams. Team stage one is you're unempowered and you follow the leader. Okay, we just got together. This guy's in charge. What he says goes. What she says goes. And we're just doing what the leader tells us to do. Team stage two is you are somewhat empowered. So you have a leader that's leading, and she says do this, but then you have the power to make suggestions. I'm a member of a team for new members at Rotary, and we had a meeting the other day, and they asked for our input, and so I gave them my input. This is what I want to do. So we progressed. So far, we're almost at stage four, but we're starting, so it's a young group. Um, Team stage three, there's members are somewhat empowered, and they help set the agenda and participate in control. That's a very important thing when you're in a group. You don't want one person to control everything. Everybody in the team should be a valuable member that should be participating in control. When Bob asked you about the football game yesterday, you can either get involved in the conversation about the football game, or you can help redirect the conversation back to what you have to do and talk about the game afterwards. In team stage four, the group members are empowered and independent and responsible, and they take control. You know, if you see something that needs to be done, then you have the power just to do it. Not you don't have to wait for the leader to say do it. And one of the most common things I can think of is if you're walking down the street and you see a cup on the street, you can pick it up and throw it away. You're empowered. You can do that. A lot of people don't. But you didn't need the leader to say, hey, pick that cup up. You knew it needed to be done and you could do it. Now, there's a couple of different types of management style. And one of them is laissez faire. Oh, well, let it be. They can do what they want to. But you also have managers that have inappropriate managerial styles. And when they have an inappropriate style, then they're going to lose power. And they'll be managing, they won't be leading. A leader works with the team. A manager tells you to go do this. Um, Facilitators. A good leader or a good group needs to have somebody that will facilitate things and make them happen. Keep the meeting going. But if you have evolved as a team, you should all be helping to facilitate the meetings and moving it forward. Self-directed work team is, we're all in this together and they share responsibility. Team rewards versus individual rewards. In our society, we focus a lot on the individual. What have you done? What have you done? But the thing about it, you need to focus on the team. You know, I've seen many people get accolades and awards for such and such, and they're talking about how they did this and they did that and they did the other. Well, truth be told, they didn't do a damn thing. Their group did, their team did. They may have been the person in charge of that team. They may have been the leader, but accolades should go to everybody in the team that made it happen, not just the one person. Ethics. You have to be ethical when you're in a team and you're in a group. You have to be honest with one another. You have to be frank at times with one another. And yeah, you can hurt each other's feelings occasionally. But you need to be honest and straightforward about it and not stabbing them in the back. If somebody says something in a group meeting, you need to leave it at the group meeting. You don't need to go jump on social media and share what Bob just said because it's not everybody else's business. Maybe Bob let y'all know that he was having medical issues so you would understand that he hasn't been 100% participating in a group. And I have seen a lot of groups where somebody was immediately on social media saying, oh, Bob's got cancer. Well, if Bob wanted everybody on social media to know, he'd have told them. So you need to be ethical. What happens in your meetings needs to stay in your meetings. You need to be trustworthy, have trust, honesty, and fairness. If Vern shows up to the meeting late and you let it slide, when Sally shows up to the meeting late, you need to let it slide too. Don't hold one person to a higher standard than somebody else. Confidentiality, I covered in the medical thing. You need to have integrity. Your word is your bond. You probably have heard that before. But if you tell somebody something, you need to stand by it. And when the group succeeds, everybody succeeds. It's not just the accolades of the person in charge. When a group fails, it's not just the person in charge that failed, it's the group that failed. You have to have respect for others. If you are not respectful of your group members and your team members, then they will not have respect for you. And you will never get to the point of having synergy because you don't trust one another. And have professional and social responsibility. If it's your job to do something for the group, then get it done. Make sure that you're keeping your commitments and you're a responsible group member. That's it for Chapter 8. I will see you again in Chapter 9. Everybody have a great day. Bye.